Hello lovelies, today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful blanket. So this is the front, but to be honest it's reversible and I think I like both equally. So back looks just like this. So I think both sides look absolutely gorgeous. Let me know in the comments below which one you prefer. We're going to be using Stylecraft Aran yarn for this and a 5mm hook. It's really quite simple, so it's a repeat of 4 rows. And I did ask everyone on my TikTok and on my Instagram and obviously on here as well what I should name this blanket. And a lovely lady called Mary Lee suggested the name Tranquil Tide. And I thought that was a beautiful, beautiful name for it. So we're going to go with that for this pattern. So let's grab our hook and grab our yarn and let's get started. And remember, you can find all my patterns on my Etsy as well as my Ravelry page, and everything used in this pattern is linked down below for you as well as my Patreon. So first off, we're going to start with a simple slip knot. So we're going to hold our yarn like so, twist, grab the working yarn and pull that through. We're then going to chain up a multiple of 4 plus 2. So if you want to make a baby blanket, you would chain 126 and you'd complete around 100 rows. And if you want to know the other sizes and how to make those, you can find the link below to the pattern. So for this tutorial, I'm going to chain up a multiple of 4. So I'm chaining up 24 and then plus 2, which means 26. Okay, so I've got my chain of 26 here. And rather than working into the V's, I'm going to be working into the back loops. So if you turn it onto its side, you have the little back loops. That's where I'm working into. So for the first row, you're just going to skip the first chain. So the one closest to your hook, this one here, and you're going to go into the next one. And you're going to put 1 half double crochet into each stitch across. So to do a half double crochet, you yarn over, you go into that chain, yarn over, pull through, so you've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3, and just repeat that all the way down. So yarn over, into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, and just repeat that all the way down. And the amount of stitches you should have is just 1 less at the amount that you chained. So I've chained 26, so I should have 25 left at the end of this row. Okay, so now I've finished my first row, what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain up 1, which does not count as a stitch, and turn my work. I'm then going to go down into the same place and I'm going to put 1 half double crochet. And then 1 half double crochet in each stitch across. So I do now have Patreon as well, and I just want to thank all those who are currently patrons over on my Patreon. You can get all of my patterns on there for just £4.50 a month, and it includes any new ones that I'm coming out with as well, and also just updates on what I've been doing and what I'm currently working on, what I'm going to be working on next, and all that lovely stuff. So if you want to join me over on Patreon, please do so. It's definitely worth it because my patterns are around £4 per pattern, whereas Patreon is £4.50 a month and you get all of them. So always worth being over there, and you also get to contact me about anything you have questions on to do with my patterns or just general crochet bits and bobs. And of course, just a shout out to my patrons. I'm just going to pop their names all down here so you can have a little look, just to say thank you so much for supporting me and joining me on my journey. So now I've finished row 2, and that's just 1 half double crochet across, chain 1, and then turn your work again, and you're going to pop 1 half double crochet in each stitch across again. So remember, the chain 1 does not count as a stitch. Okay, so I'm now at my last stitch on this row 3. I'm going to yarn over, go into that stitch, pull up a loop, and I've got 3 loops on the hook. And I'm now going to change colour, so I'm going to keep it like this and I'm not going to pull through. I'm going to grab my next colour and I'm going to bring that through, so leaving a long tail and then bring it through to complete that stitch. Get the tail ends out of the way and then chain up 1. You can then cut this yarn and move that to the side. And I like to knot these together just to make sure they're secure. I'm going to turn our work And remember, the chain 1 does not count as a stitch. I'm going to put 1 single crochet into the first stitch, and to do that we pop our hook in, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, through 2. We're then going to be making front post double crochets into the second row. We're going to skip the first stitch on row 2, so it's always 2 below, yarn over, and we're going to go from the front on the right hand side around this stitch here, the second one in, and we're going to go around the third one as well. So coming up the other side, so we've got those 2 half double crochets caught, yarn over, pull that through, and remember to do this quite loosely, yarn over and just complete a double crochet. I'm going to skip 1 stitch on our current row, and we're going to put 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. We're then going to skip 1 stitch on the second row, and we're going to work a front post double crochet around the next 2 half double crochets. So yarn over, go back down to row 2, skip 1 stitch, and then we're going to go around those 2 half double crochets and create a double crochet. Just like so. And you're going to repeat that all the way down. So skip 1 on your current row and put 1 single crochet into the next 2. 1 and 2. Skip 1 stitch on row 2 and do a front post double crochet around the next 2. Skip 1 stitch on your current row and 1 single crochet into the next 2. Skip 1 stitch on row 2 and do a front post double crochet around the next 2 together. And repeat that all the way down to the end. So I'm now near the end of the row and I've got 1 front post double crochet to make. So I'm going to skip this stitch and go around the next 2. And then we're going to skip 1 and go into the next 2 with a single crochet each. And there you go. That's row 4 complete. Next we're going to stay with the same colour, chain 1, turn our work, and we're going to put 1 half double crochet into each stitch across, and you're going to do that for 3 rows. So when you're working your half double crochets along this row, be sure you're working into the previous row, not into those skipped stitches, okay? Below this one we've got the skipped stitch and we've got the stitch that we've just made from the previous row. So we're going to yarn over, go into the stitch we made the previous row and complete it, okay? So we're not going into the skip stitches. So now onto row 6, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to put 1 half double crochet in each across. So your stitch count should stay the same throughout. So now onto row 7, we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and we're going to put 1 half double crochet in each stitch across again. So at the end of this row, we're then going to switch colours again. So I'm going to grab my white again and I'm going to attach that. Chain 1 and then turn your work. And then we're going to repeat row 4 again. So we're going to put 1 single crochet into the first stitch. Then we're going to go down 2 rows. So we've got 1, 2, so onto the second row there. And we're going to skip the first stitch and do a front post double crochet around the next 2 stitches. So in through the right, out through the left of the second stitch, yarn over, pull through, make sure it's nice and loose, and complete that double crochet. Skip 1 stitch on your current row and go into the next and create a single crochet. 1 and 1 into the next 2. And then repeat that all the way down. So we're skipping 1 and we're doing a front post double crochet around the next 2. So putting them together. skip one stitch into the next, a single crochet, and then another single crochet, and repeat that all the way down. So I've just finished this row, and that is going to be our row repeats. So after you've done this row, you'll do 3 rows of half double crochet, and on the 3rd row you're going to change your colour at the end to your next colour, and then you're going to do your front post double crochet row. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, guys. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments below. Remember to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. So the next tutorial is going to be my crescent moon coasters, and this will be available next Saturday. So I hope to see you there. Bye for now.